Hello, hello, hello. I am the Cross Examiner. That's my username on the Mythos Busters Discord channel, which is all about the Arkham Horror Living card game, which is what I'm going to be playing tonight. I'm going to be playing in the Hunters of the Mythos fan-made event. We're playing the Dunwich Legacy over the several months. And I've been following other people's example and posting my gameplay videos to the Discord channel. And people have been giving great feedback on rules I missed and some technicalities here, there, and some strategies. So I'm going to continue that and ask that you continue to provide those comments that have been very educational for me. I've been playing for only 6 to 9 months, collected the game for years, didn't play it, started and stopped, and then finally I dug into it and realized what a beautiful, awesome game it is. So looking forward to that. I will be playing, that's my recording folder for where I capture this stuff. I will be playing Geared Up Vincent. So this is a variant of Vincent that uses the Geared Up card where you lose 3 turns at the beginning of the game, but you get to play up to 5 items at a 1 resource discount per item. You're looking for weapons like bone saw or a gun or fire axe. You're looking for ways to get clues like fingerprint kit and magnifying glass. And you're definitely looking for healing like bandages or hallowed mirror. Definitely want her, Jessica. You can't play her on the first turn because she's not an item, but you want her. She's not as important as the other stuff, but she's great to have. And then you're looking for a backpack to help you dig for items, and you're looking for Schaffners to try to pay for it all. That's pretty much the strategy. Try to win the game on turn 1. Moving over to the game, we'll get going. I'm going to explain, the fan-made aspects of this as we go. We're playing Essex County Express, and I'll just get going. All right. As I said, I'm playing Geared Up. I also have 2 Studious, which lets me draw 1 extra card each. So I'm drawing 7 cards when I start the game, which I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to shuffle this a couple of times and draw 7 cards. All right. Backpack, weapon, fingerprint kit. Now I just want like Schaffners to pay for it all. And some other things. Bandages are nice. I will probably keep those now that I have these 2 priority items. Healing is now a big priority. I'm going to get rid of everything else and draw 3 replacement cards. I got my Sparrow Mask and I got my Hallowed Mirror. This is really good. I just don't have a Schaffners right now, so hopefully the backpack will find it. So these get shuffled in, but this is a really good starting hand. All right, setting up the scenario. We're going to have 1 out of 3 random engine cars. I don't remember if I said this or not, but I'm going to assume that you've played this. No spoilers. If you watch, you will get a bunch of spoilers. So I shuffled this. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. These guys are going to, for a solo game, this is the unique part of the scenario. We're going to start in cars 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6. As it says here. And at the end of each round, they're going to potentially panic. I draw a token for each of them, and depending on the result, they're going to run to the left, run to the right, or stay where they are. There's a 90% chance or something like that they're going to run to the left. And if they're at the left at most spot and they run to the left, they fall off the back of the train and die. So I'm going to gather them and try to get them have control over them when the scenario ends. For each one I control at the end of the scenario, I get 3 points. Priority is finishing the scenario. So if I have to let them die, I let them die. I hope I can save 1 or 2 of them. I doubt I'll save all 3. It's just a giant action drain, really. You can't move when you're next. Like if you're sitting here and it's the end of your turn, you know that there's a 90% chance that this guy is going to go over here. So if you move here and he moves here, he's gone. He's not coming back. And you're wasting a bunch of actions going back and forth trying to pick him up. So you have to let them sort of conveyor belt right into you. All right, so that's the setup. I'm going to reshuffle this stuff. Shuffle this deck. This is the custom-made mission for the medics and others of similar traits, basically doing what I told you to do. At the end of the round, we're going to see if these guys panic. And I think we're good to go. So why don't we get going? at the beginning of the investigation phase. Now, for this entire fan-made event, medics have this super ability. At the beginning of the first investigative phase, I can try to heal myself for everything. The way I do that is I test intellect versus the sum of damage and horror. If I pass, I heal everything. If I fail, all my skills go to 0 for the first 2 turns. And the question is, do I want to risk that right now? If I had one of those cryptic writings or something to give me a big bonus to this test, it'd be a lot easier decision. I do have Hallowed Mirror, so I kind of feel like I don't want to do this. If I get stuck here with skill 0 on this turn and next turn, there's a risk I could die. I get 2 Ancient Evils, and the game's over because I couldn't get the clues. Now, the scenarios have actually started, so I can look at this location. All right, dining car. Oh, good. I get to skip this. We skip the forced... I think, if I recall correctly, it says skip all forced, not just the ones that force you to discard a card. Let's see, where are we? Essex County Express is page 11. So you can hover and type a number, and it'll jump right there. Nope. Did I miss it? If that location has a forced effect that triggers upon entering that location, ignore it. Woo, that's nice. All right, so, and there's no clues. Boy, this is a great result. That is a great result. That makes it much easier for me to just take this test. All right, excellent, excellent. Uh-oh, wait a second. I think it does appear. Hold on a second. This is not when you enter. It says when you reveal. And this says if there's a forced event that triggers upon entering the location, ignore it. All right, so I do have to right now spawn a grappling horror. This is the worst. This is the worst. Excuse me. All right, so we will look for a grappling horror, flip it, and it engages me. 3 health. I have a weapon, but I'm going to have to take a hit just equipping it. All right. So now do I risk that test? I don't think there's any way in hell I risk that test. I'm going to get hit because I can't take any actions here. Ooh, boy. All right. But at least I get to get these in free because I am not spending actions to do this. I just get to play my items. So I mean, I'm going to take a hit from him at the end of the game, at the end of the turn, but at least I can get stuff into play here. All right. So I am not going to heal myself. I'm not going to take that test and risk going to skill 0 against this guy. So I think the first thing I'll do is to see if I can find a Schaffner's. That costs 1 instead of 2. And I get to look at 6. No Schaffner's, but I get another bandage. I get that weapon out of the deck, so it's more likely to draw her. And I do get the smoking pipe, which heals that horror, which is good. All right, that's my first action. My second action, I play my bone saw for 2. Not having a Schaffner's really sucks. I'll play bandages for 1, Sparrow Mask for 0, and Hallowed Mirror for 1. All right. I couldn't get this into play. I'm going to have to find ways to make that money back, I think. Well, rather than the bandages in my hand, I'm going to play the bandages that's over here just to get that backpack empty. And the smoking pipe would be free. I still think I want both of these in here. So that's my final answer. The Hallowed Mirror puts these 2 cards into my deck and 1 card into my hand. All right. We're ready for fighting. Somehow we'll figure out a way to start investigating. Luckily, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if this was good or bad luck. It's good that I'm going to be able to move and all that stuff, but taking this hit and using 2 more actions next round to deal with this is going to be crappy, but it's doable, and it gets me off of this last card, hopefully quickly. All right. Enemy phase. He hits me for 1 and 1. So 1 and 1. Now this recharges every time I take a damage or a horror, but it's a max of 2 offerings, so I haven't used any yet. I did take a damage, so I can heal. This doesn't go here, it goes here. Heal one of those damages, automatically using bandage, which puts this into my hand. Every time I heal, I put that into my hand. All right. Now we have upkeep phase. There, finally. Okay, that'll pay for this in a turn. And then at the end of upkeep phase, we see if these guys panic. I'm going to always test left to right, draw a token for each to see what happens. +1, he moves to the right. That's very rare. This guy, -1. Anything that's not a +1, an Elder Sign, or a 0, they move to the left. A 0, they stay where they are. And then finally, this guy moves to the left. All right. So bought us a little bit of time with that move. That's the end of the upkeep. We go to Mythos, 1 out of 4, Doom, and we get another baddie over there that's going to make us hurry up. All right, so for my first action here, I'm going to fight this guy. So he's a fight 3. I am a fight 3, but I'm using my bone saw, so I get +2. At +2, I'm going to just fight at that. That is a -1 right now. Let's make sure that's right over here. Yeah, it should be a -1. There we go. So I'm going to, this lets me suffer a damage, take a damage to deal +1. So I will take a damage, and that does an additional damage to him. That's my first action. I'm not going to heal it because I still have this in my hand. I'm going to use this for later. And I also have this to heal a bunch of this stuff. Then next I'm going to attack again at +2 using the bone saw. So I'm a 5 versus a 3, +2. -4, I miss, and I attack one more time at +2. And I kill him. So that, kind of shitty. But you get what you get. All right. That's it. End of my turn. Nothing's hurting me. Nothing's healing me. Enemy phase. This guy does not do anything. Upkeep phase. We get an upkeep here. This will be nice to avoid like the frightened and fear, but also just using it for the icons, quite frankly, is good too. Now we check to see if these guys panic. First guy moves to the left. Second guy moves to the left. Third guy moves to the left. And straight at the cultist. All right. We're now at the Mythos phase. We're at 3 out of 4. We have to put a doom on the nearest cultist. All right, go up here, do that. That does not cause the scenario to advance, otherwise I would be dead. But we do have to go kill him to buy ourselves a turn or 2, which should be fairly easy. All right, starting a new investigative phase. For the first action, I like having this in my hand to move to new trains because I can discard it to deal with the cards. So I'm going to move for 1 action. I have to discard at least 1 wild card icon, and I only have this. So I'm going to discard that because I don't want to suffer a damage and a horror. This guy engages me. Then I will fight him at +2. 3 versus 2. +2 is 5 versus a 3. I kill him for my second action. And then I'm going to investigate and wait for these guys to conveyor belt to me. The idea is next turn this guy will move here. And on my next turn, I will use 1 action to control him, and do 2 more things while these guys conveyor belt to me. It's going to be kind of rough because I can't move and then collect 2 of these guys all in 1 turn if I've already used an action to collect 1 of them. So I think I might use an action to heal myself here to get that card back into my hand. Or maybe get Schaffner's into play to get... I think it's more important to heal right now to get that card back into my hand. So I'm going to play, for my 3rd action, this. And I am going to do 1 and 1. Let me heal 2 damage to horror any combination. And draw a card. Oh, nice. And because I healed myself, I get to do that. So that's really nice. I don't know if I've always drawn a card. Like, I was always surprised that you also get to draw a card. So that's nice. All right. End of my turn. There's no enemies in play. So we'll go to upkeep phase. We're at 8 out of 8 cards. Things are looking pretty good in the handheld department. I just need to get Schaffner's into play to play for some more of this stuff. Having these bandages here is really nice. It really gives me more healing down the road using Schaffner's, because Schaffner's will pay 4 for this and 1 for this, which is nice. I also want to get her into play, so we'll see how it all plays out. All right, at the end of the upkeep phase, we see who panics. First guy moves to the left. Second guy moves to the left. Third guy moves to the left. All right. And we go to Mythos. We're at 3 out of 4 and 4 out of 4. That's the worst card ever made. And that can cause the agenda to advance, which it does, because we're now at 4 out of 4. So we'll do that. That's really going to suck for us as far as time pressure goes. This causes the leftmost location from the game to remove from play. There's no victory points on it, so it doesn't go into the display. I lose clues if I had any. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. We're now on a 3 doom agenda, 3 doom threshold. Luckily, this is a 1 shroud location, so we're going to spend a turn gathering this guy, getting a clue, and doing something down here out of our hand. Then hopefully both of these guys will move. And on our next turn, we will use 2 more actions to gather them and a 3rd action to move over here to get out of trouble. But that was just Doom. We still have to draw an encounter card. There it is. All right, so I get to take a horror for each point I fail on a will 3. So I am definitely spending a token off my Sparrow Mask, which gives me +2 will. So I am now at a 5 versus a 3. +2 here. All right, that's exactly why you bring Sparrow Mask along. All right, investigative phase. First priority, always grab these guys. That's my first action. Second, I'm just going to investigate this location. I am at a 4 versus a 1, so I'm at a +3 here. That's good. Oh, we advanced the agenda. The agenda is now a 2, so skulls are -2. All right, so we're free to move, but we don't want to move, because if we move, then that's the end of our turn, and these guys are most likely going to move here and fall off the back of the train eventually. Whoops. Hit the wrong key, the F1 thing. Now this is stuck. This is weird. I'm right-clicking, I'm left-clicking. Let's try this. Nope, that's not working. Nope. All right. Don't know why this is happening. I'm going to save my game. Save game. Whoa. All sorts of key combos going on here. What the heck is going on? Buggy. Save. And then load buggy. Let's see if that fixes that little weirdness going on here. That's not looking good. What the heck is going on here? I got into some keyboard mode. Well, I'm going to pause the video and restart, see what happens. Okay, that seemed to have worked. Weird. All right, now we got this decorative art. This is the storm that is approaching the train from the back. This is the barrier to another world. All right, where were we? We were thinking about what our third action was going to be, because if we were to move here, then these guys would move here and fall off the back of the train. So we're going to sit here and wait for them to fall into our arms. We've already gotten rid of one ancient evil here. There's only one other in the deck out of 27, so we should have enough time to collect them and move on. So the question is, do I put Jessica into play, which I think I do, or do I get Schaffner's into play with the idea of playing Fingerprint Kit for these locations that are coming up? I have healing already for this. With Jessica, I can play this on anything, and at the end of the round, it'll come back for 2 turns. So, plus she's good to just soak stuff up. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3. Do I? It's a lot of resources. This is a tough decision. What would you guys do? Putting me at 0 means it's 2 rounds until I get Schaffner's out to pay for Fingerprint Kit. If I do Schaffner's now, it costs me 2. It's 2 turns to get 3 resources back for Jessica. And Fingerprint Kit will save me probably on average 2 actions ahead of time, plus make it easier on some locations. Yeah, I think I got to do that instead. I'm going to put Schaffner's into play for 2. 1, 2. That's my last action. All right. Enemy phase. There's no enemy. Upkeep phase. All right. Got a lot of protection for Will here. At the end of the upkeep phase, we see who panics. First, we test this guy. He does not panic. Any number or elder sign is fine for those guys under my control. Now we do these guys. First one moves to the left. Second one moves to the left. All right. 1 out of 3 on Doom. And this is the Claws of Steam. Test Will 3. If you fail, take 2 damage, and you cannot move. Definitely don't like that. So I'm definitely committing this. That gets me at a +2. The only question is, do I also commit this? What am I going to be doing? I'm going to be doing action, action, and then moving. That's it. So I think I want to keep this in my hand to discard for whatever's over here. So I think I'm going to commit this. Keep this to discard in case it's a will, the double will thing. Keep this for anything else. So this is 3 + 2 + 2. That's 7 versus 3. I'm at a +4. Boom, baby. That's how you do it. On these important things, you got to move, cover those tokens. Because I used Guts, I get to draw a card. It puts me at 8 out of 8 again. All right. Quick turn here will be 1, 2. And this will make me discard a card by moving because, hopefully, to get my hand down. 3. That's 3 actions. 1, 2, 3. And we have to discard 2 intellect icons. So we'll use that to cover that so we don't have to take the horror. Okay, that was a fast turn there. We're building up money for these resources in a minute. No enemies in play. Upkeep phase. All right, that's going to kind of screw the pooch on some of my plans. But it is what it is. So this is his custom weakness. Anytime I take 1 or more non-direct damage, one of it has to go on the wounded bystander. If he's ever defeated, I suffer a mental trauma. So I want to try to keep him alive. I'll be pumping out bandages to make sure we keep him alive. But healing him also gets this card back in my hand. So it's a little balance. The problem is if I use Bonesaw to attack somebody and do the 1 damage to do the bonus damage on the attack, that damage has got to go on him. So I can only do that for as long as I have bandages. The mirror here lets me play a few cards to heal him and get him off. If I get him down to 0 damage tokens on him, I can discard him, but it may be best just to suffer the trauma and try to deal with it with this card in future scenarios by healing all of my trauma at the beginning of a game. We will see. It's going to suck, basically. It's really going to suck. All right, upkeep. At the end of the upkeep, I have to see if any of these guys panic. We're looking for numbers and elder signs to keep them calm. First guy. Numbers fine. Second guy. Numbers fine. Third guy. Numbers fine. That was very nice. All right. Mythos phase. 2 out of 3. And we get another one of these guys. So we're going to do this to make it a +2. And I think that's it. Oh, we could commit this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that too. I don't want to get stuck here. Make it a +4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pass the test. And this gets me to draw a card. Nice. This is after you draw it during my turn, which it is not. So now it's just going to be icon fodder. Maybe I'll use it to gain resources, but probably not. All right. New investigative phase. We're doing okay. It's going to fall apart when I get up here and these guys start running to the left and stuff like that. We'll see. All right. So there's 2 clues at this location. So now is the time, I think, where we play fingerprint location, fingerprint kit for 1, and that costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we investigate using it. That gives me a +1. So 4 + 1 is 5 versus a 3. I'm at +2. We already have this right here, which is the one where you have to discard 2 icons for book. Question is, do I save this for later on when we get to a 4 shroud location? And I think we do. So I'm at a +2 right now. Yeah, it is a 3 versus a 4 plus a 1 is a 5. So I'm at +2. Nice. That is really nice. So my ability is when I draw that, I get a +1 and I can heal an ally or me. And this guy is an ally, so I can heal him, which puts this card into my hand. And because I succeeded with the fingerprint kit, I get 2 clues. And that lets us move 1 more location right now. I don't see a reason not to. The only reason to stop would be to play her, but we're doing okay in this department. I already have this back in my hand, so let's do it. We can discard that for this. After I enter, we need 2 fists to discard. Can I do that without using this? No, I could use him. I don't want to discard her, so I'm going to discard that to discard 2 fist icons so I don't take 2 damage. And this is, in fact, a 4-point shroud location, which is why I saved this. So that is my last action. Good. Doing all right. Enemy phase. No enemies. Upkeep phase. Nice. If I can get that done, that'd be great. I've had it the whole campaign. Haven't triggered it yet. Never enough time. End of the upkeep. We see if anybody panics. So first guy, he does panic. So while he is engaged with me, if I control him, if you draw a non-elder sign symbol, they try to panic. So I have to test Will 5 or Fight 5 to control them. And if I don't, then they break free and stay at this location. I just basically going to have to spend an action to control them. Don't have any more of these tokens, so I'm at a -2. There's really not much I can do. I could commit a dog to do a test of fight, but that would put me just at I'd need a +1. So yeah, I think I'm just going to fail this. Do the test. I do fail it, so he comes here. That was the second guy I should have done. And then the third guy, he does not panic. All right. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So now we do Mythos. 3 out of 3 on the Doom. So we reset that. And this comes down here. And while I'm thinking of it, that means we're on Agenda 3, which means this game just got a whole lot. Oh, I reloaded this, so this should be now here. This just got a lot harder. All right. Remove the leftmost location from the game. There's no victory points on it, so it just stays out of play. We remove clues. And that's it. Now the next one is going to remove both of these locations. It's a threshold of 4, so we got to skedaddle here soon. And then we draw an encounter card. All right, we each lose an action. All one of us. Anyway, with 4 more damage, discards an asset, so we're good there. All right. All right. New round. First action is grab that person. And the only other remaining action I have is either going to be spent playing her, which is going to give me extra fight, or trying to do this. I think we need to grab this clue. And in case I fail, I need more, I need as many shots as I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2 more locations. I'd like to. I do have one more here, and we're gaining some resources. I'm just planning ahead to see how many of these are going to have multi-clues. We know this one has multi-clues, so I'd like to save these tokens. But I am right now at a +2, which is only a 64, so I'd like to get up to a +3. So I do think I have to spend this, even though there's only 1 clue here. So that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus a 4. So I'm at a +3 on this test. Something else I could have spent. I could spend this instead. I do have 2 well-maintained in my deck. Because I would really like to save those. Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend this icon because that's expensive anyway. So committing that. So that's how I got to +3. I saved a token. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus a 4. I'm at +3. I draw a 0, of course, and get the clue. That's the end of my turn. Lost an action. All right. Enemy phase. There's no enemies. Upkeep phase. That's nice for future investigations. End of the upkeep, we check for panic. Left to right. Nothing. Nothing. Come on. Nothing. Sweet. All right. That's some good luck. And we go to Mythos. We're at 1 out of 4 for Doom. And our card is... That's fine. We can't play events or assets. All right. We've cleared this location out. So for our first action, we're going to move. We have to discard 2 foot icons. Otherwise, what do we suffer? 2 damage. And I have... One would have to go on my my wounded bystander. And then... I could heal one of it, so I'd have to get rid of this and the other bandages, which I don't think I want to do. Would have been nice to have this in my hand. Another reason to try to get Jessica out. I'd really like to try to upgrade Strange Solutions this scenario. Things are about to get real hard in future scenarios. But, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 damage. So 1 has to go on him. 1 goes on me. I spend a bandage to heal him. And that goes into my hand. Why is this flipped? Oh, that was my movement. All right. And here we go. That's why I saved these tokens, to save me an action. So, for my second action, I will investigate. This is a Shroud of 1 versus a 4, and I just spent 1 here, so that's a 5. So I'm at +4 to try to pick up 2 clues, And I do. All right, 1, 2. And then for my third action, I'm at a 4 versus a 1. I'm at a +3. Succeed. All right. Now is when it all falls apart. All three of these guys panic. All right, so that's the end of my turn. So I think this goes away. Oh, it's at the end of the round. This goes away. All right. Enemy phase. Nothing. Upkeep phase. What do we got? Fist icon, basically. At the end of the upkeep, we check for panic, left to right. That's a potential panic. I need to save this to discard when I go here for whatever that is, I think. What have we seen so far? We've seen the wild card, book, fist. So I think it's going to be will. A high probability that it'll be will. So I think I need to save this. So I think I'm going to lose control of this guy. I could test... I could test fist. Problem is, I'm at a 3 for each, and I have to test 5, either fist or will. So even if I'm at even, it's only 4 tokens. I need to get up to at least a +2, if not a +3, to try to hold on to him. So I'm going to take the test and see if this guy freaks out. He does. Now I don't remember which one that was. Let's see if I can see the... I think I click up here to see what the tokens were that we drew. Tablet and a -2. So it was 0 for no panic, tablet for the second guy, I think, who did panic. And now it's for the third guy. I need to exhaust these guys when I test them to keep track. And then no panic. All right. So this is the situation. That's the end of the round. Mythos phase. 2 out of 4 and 3 out of 4. I think that's both of those gone. All right. All right. Grab this guy for first action and move for my second action. Oh, okay. This is the one where you can steal luggage, which I don't like doing, and it's a high... shroud value. So that's my second action is move. My third action, I think we've got a little bit of time here now. The question is, do I just rush and get this done? I think so. Like, we're so close that I may not need to get these guys into play. So I think I'm going to investigate. 4 + 2 is a 6. I don't have any other of those. So here's the thing. I want to get her into play so it can start bringing this back in. So maybe I do take her around. The problem is I'm going to lose actions to these guys freaking out, but I think we've got time. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 resources to put her into play on my last turn. Last action. I think that's going to help cycle this for moving, for doing this test and for jumping over here. There's a test you have to do. I think this is a good time to do that, and it might even let me get this into play if we do this well. All right, enemy phase, no enemies. Upkeep phase, no whammies. Ooh, that's real nice. That is nice. That's going to prevent death, basically, possibly. And, before we do that, we have to do these guys. So, first one. He does not panic. I'm going to exhaust them. The second one does not panic. And the third one does panic. All right. What do we want to do about that? I think here is where we try to keep him in control and use this. Oh, she healed herself at the end of the round. I should have done that. Because I have this and we'll pull it back into here, I do think maybe we spend this to try to keep this guy under control. I need to get basically a +2 to have a decent shot. like to get to a +3, but so that means I'd need 5 icons. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd have to spend her 5. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I lose the action. All right, so I'm just going to do the test to see if they panic. So this is an actual test, which is important because if I draw an Elder Sign, I heal something. So I'm at a 3 versus a 5, so I'm way behind, -2. He panics and runs away from me and stays here. All right, so that's the end of the upkeep phase. Whoops. There we go. Mythos phase, now we're at 4 out of 4. This goes here. We're now at 4. Is there a max on that? Nope. It's just horrible. All right. Remove 2 leftmost. No victory points from those. 1, 2. And get rid of all clues. As is the pattern. We're now on a 3-point threshold. So we need to grab this guy, investigate, and jump. Then first we need to do this. Oh, all right. It's going to make us lose some cards. We'll put it here. All right. First action, grab this guy. Second action, we're going to investigate a 4 threshold location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a +2. I'd like to get 1 more. Do I give her up? I don't think so. What else can I do? I could do this, but there are multi-clues over here. And it's going to be a premium of getting through this as fast as possible to try to avoid having all these guys run away. But I want to save this for the jump. The jump is agility and strength. Maybe the strength I can do. I've got these cards. So I will spend this. So I'm at a +4. So 4, 8. So that is, I'm at a +4 on the test. Okay, so I get the clue. And then I'm going to move. As part of the cost of moving is doing a will 4 test. I'm not going to try to compete. I'm at a 3. There we go. I'm going to have to discard 5 cards as I move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Don't really care about any of those. And then so for my last action, I get to move. All right. So I've entered this location, which advances this. All right, I can do a agility 3 test or a strength 3. I will do a strength 3 test and commit this and this. So I'm at a +2 right now. I could commit this. I very much could. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get this back anyway due to her. So I think I will commit this to get up to that this threshold. This oh, we're at this now. Yeah, I got to get to a 3. All right, I'm at a 3. I'm at a +3 on this test. -4. All right. So I take trauma, I think, correct? Physical trauma? 1 physical trauma. All right, so I will record that in my campaign log. 1 physical trauma for breaking my leg or something jumping onto here. Draw the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Great. Going to be fight time. So for 1, this is 1. All right, we don't really care about that. That's actually good for us. 2, unless a guy runs backwards, and 3. All right, so this is going to go away right away as well at the end of the round. And this says I'm going to lose an action and with 4 more. Okay, so I haven't reset my actions yet. So this was actually really good. This goes away. Doesn't matter unless these guys run and I won't let them. And then this is going to go away at the end of the round. So that's great. All right, at the end of my turn, she heals. which puts this back. This is going to go away at the end of the round. I don't think it really matters if I get rid of it now, but we'll do it the right way. No enemies, upkeep phase. Get that. And then we test for panic here. This guy first. He does panic. All right. So what does this look like? That's easy. So I can spend this to make it a 5. I'm going to let him go. So I'm testing a 3 versus a test of 5 to see if this guy goes. And he does. So he's here. Second guy does not panic. Third guy does panic. I'm going to test now. And I failed the test. So there's 2 guys up here. All right. Mythos phase. 1. This is gone now. This happens. Okay. How many cards I got in here? 7. I'm tempted to put this in there because if I draw it again, I get 1 back out. Yeah, I'm going to do this. So this is going to leave play, which means I have to find all of my other cards and remove them. So search, remove them from play. This guy goes out here. This guy goes out here. And then search here. This guy goes out. And so this guy goes in. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Discard 3 cards. No, no, no. Oh, that was great. All right, cool. All right, so if I draw that again, I get another one of these for free. And it was only it didn't have any dupes, so that was why I chose it. All right. That was the encounter phase. Unfortunately, I have to use 2 actions to get this guy, so hopefully I'd like to get this done. So I may try to get it done now because I'd really like to upgrade this. So for 2 actions, I'll grab these guys. And for my 3rd action, I will pay 1. This is an asset that is an item, so I can pay using this. So that's my 3rd action, 1, 2, 3. So that's in play now. So next turn, hopefully these guys don't run away or I have few actions, and then I can use this to grab both clues and end the game. All right, enemies, none. Upkeep. Boop. That happens, which puts that into my hand, which puts these back in here, just like we planned it. Now I have to test for panicking. First guy does not. Second guy does not. Third guy, drum roll, does not. Awesome. Now we go here and here. I can take the horror at this point. So it's a 3 versus a 3 right now. -3. 1, 2, 3. Discard. All right. I'm going to try to pass this test. I'm committing these 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at a 4 plus 3. I'm at a 7 against a 4. What is the agenda? 4. These are 4. So I'm at a +3 right now. This makes it a +4. I'm at a +4. -4. Okay, glad I committed that. So that means I can also record, oops, that doesn't go there, it goes over here. I can also record that I successfully did this, and I get to discard this and draw 2 cards. So I've identified the solution finally, and that's good to get into play before the next scenario. And then I draw 2 cards. All right. So that was one action. Two actions, right? I had to grab a passenger. I had to grab two passengers, right? No, I didn't. I didn't have to grab any. I had three luckies, so I just passed this. And then I test here. So I'm 4 versus +1, 5 versus a 1. I'm at a +4 on this test. Pass. That gets these two clues, which I believe ends the scenario. Yep. We get to resolution 1. So I believe, I'm going to have to watch this again because there's a few times I lost track of these guys, but I believe I just finished the scenario with all 3 under control and got to resolution number 1. I took 1 physical trauma on my jump to the engine, and I successfully investigated my solution here, so I can upgrade that when I upgrade my cards. And there were no locations with victory points on them exposed, except for this guy. So it's just 1. So great. We'll see how we do scoring this. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments when I post. I'll let you know if I see anything that I screwed up. All right. Thanks, everybody. Looking forward to your comments. Bye-bye.